with my camera. Sorry if I didn't start exactly at 1 o'clock, but I'm here. So sorry to cause any delays. Let me make sure that I can see if people are talking to me. I'm not sure. Let's see. There we go. So I'll give you guys a couple of moments to get on. I'm just doing my makeup because I have to film today. So I figured I will film, do makeup while answer questions. Or answer questions while I do makeup to film. However that works. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday so far. I don't really know where to look because I'm filming from my iPad because my camera from my phone isn't the best of quality. You know, your phone can ring and things like that. So I didn't want to have to deal with that. So I'm filming from my iPad. So sorry if it's not like my usual quality. Um, is what it is. So I'll just give you guys a couple of moments to jump on. I know I told a couple of people on my other social medias that I'll be filming live. So I'm just going to give you guys a moment to jump on. And in the meantime, I'm going to do my makeup because I have to film today. For those of you who are already on, welcome. Thank you guys so much for coming in and rocking with me for a little bit while I just prep for whatever else I'm doing today. Feel free to post any questions that you have in the comment box so that I can answer them for you, or the chat. I'm not really sure which button it is. And I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability. Couple of housekeeping things though, for those of you who are brand spanking new and who aren't subscribed to my channel. For one, make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss any videos from me. I know that this summer hasn't been very like content heavy, mainly because during the summer I don't typically film anything related to intake because it's the summertime. A lot of people aren't involved in intake right now unless they're in grad chapter, for which I will create videos for. It just depends on if it's something that I've already talked about or if it's new content that I feel like I should put out. So if you didn't see anything this summer, so sorry. Hope you guys were watching my vlog. I turned 29 this past summer, which was great. And for now, I'll be posting more content related to intake because it's fall season, it's intake season. Any questions you guys may have that are not already on my channel, feel free to ask me. That's another housekeeping thing. Sorry, I keep rubbing my nose because I feel like fuzz there, but I think I got it. So sorry. Couple of things. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, or if you haven't watched any of my videos before asking a question, I don't mind answering questions. I really don't. I'm here to help you guys. That's what I strive to do. But my suggestion would be, before you ask the question, and I even used to say this when I teach, just make sure that you check previous videos for an answer to that question before you ask me the question, because 9 times out of 10 it is a question that I've already answered. So just check my channel for that answer to that question before you ask the question. You'll get more information out of watching my video versus me answering the question anyways, because I'm gonna redirect you to the video. So just do that. Hello, welcome. If it isn't a question that I've answered, please, by all means, ask the question. Or if you can't find it, say, hey, Kels, I have a question for you. You may already have the answer. Can you point me in the right direction? I don't mind sending links to my video. I do it all the time. So if you ever have a question, or if you don't see the link through my channel, feel free to ask me. I don't mind sending that to you guys because I know I have a lot of videos. I have a lot. I think I have over 400 videos. So I can understand, or I do understand, if you can't find the video that you're looking for, just let me know and I will do my best to send it to you. Or if it isn't something that I've created, that just gives me an idea and I will go in and create that video for you guys. So by all means, do not hesitate to ask, but also make sure you do a little research before you ask. Do your research. That's going to be the theme for this year. Welcome to anyone who is just now jumping on. Again, if you ever have any questions, you can just pop them in the chat for me and I'm going to answer them. I'm just sitting here doing my makeup while answering questions for you guys because today is film day. So I figured I will film, but before I film, I can answer your questions, which is what I'm here for. So feel free to ask me. Nothing is off limits. Make sure I'm not missing anybody's questions because I'm not seeing. I have it on live chat, but I'm not seeing the chats. There we go. Hi, hello. As far as facial piercings, would that impact my chances? No. We as D9 organizations cannot discriminate based on race, religion, sexual preferences, all that good stuff. We cannot discriminate. However, we are professional organizations, so treat it as if you would a job or a job interview. If you are interested in joining an organization or if you are interested in interviewing for a job, would you wear those piercings to your job interview? So if you can take the piercing out, take the piercing out for like your interview and things like that. But other than that, no, that will not impact your chances in a negative way. You are who you are. Just know that there's a time and place for everything. So if you wouldn't normally wear that piercing at your job interview, don't wear it to your interview for rush or intake. That's my answer to that. Let's see, what am I going to do? I have a thought in mind, but I'm like, is it too dramatic for what I want to film today or not? We shall see. Apparently need to buy some new eyeshadow. Do I have any black eyeshadow? I guess not. Or maybe I do. Maybe I can use my finger. Yeah, we'll use our finger. Hello. I watched your video. Yes. But like I always say, make sure that the organization that you want to join. So the question was, he or she, they, sorry, I don't know your gender. Someone asked about my video related to reaching out to the VP of the organization. Is that advice still true? And I say yes. But I also say, as I have in other updated videos, if this wasn't my latest video, to check your organization to see if they accept solicitation for membership. Because some people, even though you're reaching out, it also depends on what you're reaching out for. If you're reaching out to express interest, a lot of organizations will not accept that because they do not accept solicitation. So they're not going to typically answer your question related to membership or anything like that because they don't accept people asking about that. But if you're reaching out for other things, like you just want to introduce yourself, you want to learn more about events and things like that, by all means, reach out to the VP. If the organization accepts solicitation, like they don't list on their website not to do it, then of course you can ask them if they have any updates on future events or you're interested in learning more about the organization, what can they provide? That's fine as well. Question related to reaching out to members of Grad chapter if it's during a pandemic. I have posted videos on how to reach out during the pandemic, so make sure you go to either my CV versus, was it CV19 versus intake playlist or the undergrad/grad chapter playlist themselves. Email, you can send an email inquiry. You can also follow them on social media if you're not already, because even though they're not responding to people, they may still have events going on. So by all means, follow them so that you'll know what's going on. Sorry, I'm reaching for my wipes. Follow them so that you'll know what's going on. If you can't get the chapter, so say they have one of those contact us pages and you've sent like a message to them and you haven't heard from them, I say as a general rule of thumb to give it 2 weeks before reaching back out. And when you reach back out, it's just like a, hey, my name is so and so, following up on the message that I sent, blah blah blah. If you've done that and you still haven't heard anything, then you will need to find a person to reach out to. So that person can be the vice president, that person can be the secretary, whomever. You would then reach out to them to get more information. If you know people in the chapter specifically that you want to join, like they have a Facebook, Instagram, things like that, you can follow them on there too. What I've said in the past, and I still hold on to this advice, I would say, is people right now, because of the pandemic, especially during the pandemic at that time when it was like really, really bad, people were okay with random people following them on social media because we don't have that face-to-face interaction right now. So what little interaction we can get, we will accept. So if that's still truth in your area where you're not all being around each other due to the pandemic, by all means, go on to social media and befriend those members and just make a connection that way. That is completely fine. Let's see. To answer your question, for one, I do not use the word lines. I think I've said that in previous videos, and you guys should also not use the word lines because it is indicative of hazing. But to answer your question, I will create a video for that. When to know when organizations are having intake and when they're going to have new members presented. That is one of my upcoming videos that I will talk to you guys about. I do already have 2 videos out on my channel about the pros and cons of spring intake versus fall intake, which talks a little bit about timelines. So if you haven't taken a look at that, I recommend looking at that those videos. So this person said they attended an interest meeting last spring and expressed interest. They attended activities over the summer. Anything else you should be doing? Keep attending. Keep showing your face. That way the organization still knows, or the chapter still knows, that you're interested. Keep showing up and participating if you can. When you typically ask people why they want to join an organization, they give a generic answer about sisterhood. How do I set myself apart in the interview stage to answer this question? I already have a video out on that. So again, you guys, if you've already, or if you haven't taken a look at my playlist, please, please, please look at my playlist because they have a lot of the answers to the questions I've been asked. A lot of those answers can be found in those videos. So please take a look at my playlist. To give you a basic answer to the question, you should do research on the chapter. For one, if you're trying to answer the question of why you want to join an organization, that should be an answer that you would already know. Why do you want to join an organization, period? Not even the organization that you want to join. Why do you want to join Greek Life? What will that do for you? What do you plan on doing with that extra piece of life? What do you plan on doing with that once you're a member? What's your goal behind wanting to join an organization? If you can answer that question, then you can answer the question as far as what will set you apart. What do you have to offer? What are your skills? As long as you're able to answer that, you should be able to answer the question as to why you want to be a part of an organization. Sorry, I keep flicking my finger over the camera. I'm like, I wish the chat was on the other side of the screen. Thoughts on interest showing up to all 4 orgs, individuals, informationals, and events. Don't do that. Don't do that. The reason why I say that is because you should already have an idea of what organization you want to join before you attend an informational. It's okay to attend events. Events are open to the public. Events are free to take part in. By all means, you can attend public events. As far as the start of the intake process, where you're going to learn more about the organization in terms of how to join and things like that, I would not recommend going to all 4. 2, sure. Two means I'm vacillating between 2 options, and most likely they have different things being offered to me, and I'm just trying to figure out where I fit. I kind of have an idea, but I want to confirm. 2 I'm okay with. 4, absolutely not. Do not attend all 4. All 4 means I have no idea where to start, what I'm doing, where I'm going, what I want to do. that should already be figured out before you attend an informational. The best way to learn about all four organizations or all five, depending on if you're doing a fraternity, the best way to learn about organizations in general is to attend the intake orientation. A lot of institutions are doing intake orientation first before doing any type of intake as a requirement because they want you to learn more about the organizations that you want to join. That's where you get the general information. That's where you get information about each chapter and their accolades and their service hours and how much impact they're making on their campus and in their community. That's where you get all that information to help you narrow it down. Before you do anything else, like I've always said, is do your research. And when I say do your research, figure out one, why you want to join that organization. Two, what do you have to bring to the table for that organization that you want to join? And that'll help you figure out at least what do I have to offer. A lot of times I tell people to write down your values and what's important to you, because one of the things that you should be looking at for the organization when you're doing your research is their mission statement. Look at that mission statement after you've completed the task of what are my values, what am I interested in, what do I hold dear, because when you read the mission statement you'll see if those things align with what you're already looking for. Sorry, I kind of got on a soapbox about that. But it's good. I promise. That's the steps to take. Um, Again, you guys, please don't use the word line sisters, line brothers. Please don't use that. That's not good language for when you want to join an organization. Potential sisters, potential brothers. Please don't use the word line. I'm just trying to teach you guys something. Should you reach out to them while you wait for the process to begin? I say no. And the reason why I say no, I say it kind of hesitantly because it depends on what stage you're at in this process. Are you starting the process in a sense where you've all gotten your letters of acceptance, or are you at the process where you've done interviews? It just depends on where you are. If you are at the process where you've been all been accepted, sure, you guys can start exchanging phone numbers, things like that. If you haven't, don't, because you don't know if those people that may be in your pool of sisters and brothers, you don't know if they made it. So wait until you know for sure that they've made it, and then you guys can exchange contact information. Usually that would occur after your first meeting. So after you've all been accepted, you would have a meeting after you've all been accepted. That's the time to exchange numbers and things like that. Because outside of whatever your organization slash chapter has planned for you, you guys should be working on bonding amongst yourselves. So by all means, reach out to each other, spend time with each other outside of that if you're allowed to do so. Um, I'm interested in grad chapter. Do I email the vice president to express interest? It depends on if the organization accepts solicitation. Check out my playlist on grad chapter membership. Some organizations will allow you to reach out and express interest. Some organizations will not. In any case, go to the chapter website to see if they have a inquiry page. You can submit your inquiry on there. That's where you can just provide them with your name and contact information, tell them that you want to learn more about chapter events, things like that. I have a video coming up, again, while I'm doing makeup because I'm filming today. I have a video coming up to talk about inquiry versus interest letters, so you guys can get a better understanding of that. You're so welcome. I understand. I've been in all positions in undergrad. I understand the frustration sometimes. You're welcome. Let's see. So again, I'm going to explain to you guys in my upcoming video about the difference between an interest letter and an inquiry letter to give you like an overall understanding. The interest letter is a requirement for the organization that you want to join. The interest letter is something related to your application. The inquiry is I want to learn more. So if you're sending an inquiry and the person hasn't responded to you, if it's the president not responding, is it grad chapter? Let me double check. Let me double check. Grad chapter. Okay, if the president is not responding, it could be because the president is not in charge of intake, or it could be because the organization does not accept solicitation. Make sure that you're checking that before you submit any message to the chapter members or organization regarding your interests, because if it's related to that and they don't accept that, that could be the reason why they're not responding to you, because they don't accept it. If they do accept it and they're just not responding, then you might want to go to the vice president to see if that person can point you in the right direction. I'm talking and I'm not doing my makeup. I used to be so much better at multitasking. I think I kind of lost my mojo a little. Let's see. Congratulations on joining Zeta Phi Beta. You know, same blue, different crew, but same blue. Congratulations. Should I continue to attend the events where the president is nicer and members are welcoming? Yes, still attend the events. Follow up on whether or not that organization accepts solicitation. If it does not, then you'll have to approach that in another way. But if it does and the president is just being kind of standoffish, go to somebody else, because 9 times out of 10, the president may not be responsible for intake and they're just not, I don't want to say not caring, but it's not their duty. So if you can, follow up with somebody else. No, I don't want to do that. Let's see. Yeah, y'all be thinking on questions while I try to put this foundation on. Just so we're clear, this is not a video on how I do my makeup. Y'all know when y'all see my videos, my makeup be on point. I just may not follow proper methods beforehand. Don't judge me. I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't put on concealer for this forehead. Kels needs to start drinking more water. Questions, questions, questions. You're very welcome. Throw those questions at me when they come to you. I'll just be sitting over here doing my makeup. I do have a video, while you guys are thinking, I do have a video on my channel that should be in both playlists about sorority membership and like how you can look that information up. And what I did was I went to each organization's website and showed you guys where you can find the information. So if you haven't taken a look at that video, make sure that you do. It's simply titled Sorority Membership Requirements to Make Life Easy. Do you think an in-person new member presentation will resume soon? I would like for it to resume, especially as someone who enjoys going to new member presentations. I think it just depends on the severity of the pandemic, to be honest, which sucks because one day we're able to be outside and be around people, and then literally the following week is like, put your mask back on. No, you can't go outside. So I would like for it to resume. But I will say, as someone who is constantly on social media, who gets like Greek life updates all the time about new members and things like that, especially on Instagram, I have enjoyed the videos, the new member videos that have been coming out right now. I wish that social media was as popping as it is now when I was in undergrad, because I believe Instagram was popping for me, or it started, it wasn't even popping yet. Instagram for me started in like fall 2012 was when Instagram kind of got started. So to see what it is now, where people are getting so many views and so much interaction based on a post is very exciting. And it's a great way to expose people too. Like some people's Instagram and Greek life, I be looking at their pages and I'm like, oh my God, I love her. I'm gonna follow her. Her content is just like, her photos are awesome. And oh, she's a Zeta. And oh, she's a Delta. Oh, I like that, you know? Me personally. The semester started at the end of August. Do you feel mid-October is late for an org week? we're in between advisors and haven't gotten much guidance. Um, it depends. And are you planning on doing new member reveal? Because for some people, that's usually the time that they'll do their organization's week because they have a reveal coming out at the end. So if that's the case, no. In any case, I don't feel like it is. As long as you are, as an organization, you are active on your social media and you are staying relevant by attending events. Because I've been there. I've been there before where you're in between advisors and you're trying to figure things out as an undergraduate chapter with little to no guidance. Yeah, when I tell you I've had every scenario in undergrad, I've had every scenario. Probably why I know as much as I know now. But as and I've told this to my previous undergrads too, because I believe they were in between at one point. If you can just stay active, whether it's virtual or in person, that will help you out a lot, even though you don't have an advisor right now, because it's about your institution. It's about you staying active on campus. It's about you maintaining your interests, people that you know are interested in joining your organization. If they don't see that you're being active, they're not going to know if they can reach out to you, and they're also not going to know if you're having intake. So if you, the chapter, are doing what you're supposed to do by staying active, attending events. They don't even have to be your events. You can attend other people's events. Wear your letters. This is bad, but I'm going to tell you. You can show up late, leave early just to be seen. I know it sounds terrible, but it's effective. It is effective because in both cases, you're being seen. It may be rude to the other organizations. I don't know. They have rules against that, so make sure you pay attention to the rules before you do it. But if there are no rules against you doing that and you're attending other people's events, show up late, leave early, wear your letters, make sure you're visible, and you'll still be seen. Sounds terrible, but it works. So make sure that you're doing that. Make sure you're staying active. Make sure you are up to date. Make sure you're attending events. Make sure you're still planning your events. If you don't have any events going on, attend other people's events. Just make sure you're staying visible because you may not see it, but you may have people who are interested who don't know how to approach you. So if you're still active and you're still making yourself available to them, they'll still show interest and you're not losing anybody. Let's see. Since so many undergrad chapters are inducting new members in the past spring due to the pandemic, do you think there will be rushes fall semester? It really depends on the chapter as well as your institution, because most institutions have timelines and deadlines for when intake can occur. And some chapters have it where if they induct X amount of new members, they can't do intake the following semester. So if that's the case for the organization that you want to join, you may not have fall intake if they've had it in the spring, past spring, because their numbers were really, really high the past spring. Now, taking into consideration the pandemic, they may still allow it. It depends on the chapter. That's why I say watch the chapter that you want to join, because they may have like certain patterns, which I will talk about it, you guys. Some organizations, or really some chapters, have patterns that they do when they're having intake. And if you're there sophomore year, if you're at your institution your sophomore year and you want to join your junior year, pay attention to the pattern. Or, freshman to sophomore too, pay attention to the patterns, because that will tell you in the future when they're prepping for intake, when they're prepping for their new member presentations, things like that. Some people, I won't tell y'all that. You just have to wait for the video. I'm not gonna tell y'all everything. Wait for the video. Subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed. I almost told a secret. It's not really a secret. Y'all let me know if y'all have any other questions. I'm about to put on these eyelashes, child. If If y'all hear talking in the background, Drew is playing Call of Duty. For those of you who have a significant other that does the same, give me a thumbs up. Because I can say, hey, I'm filming today. Can you hold it down? He'll say, sure. Do they do it? No. But what can you do? They get so caught up. Okay. So, wait, let me make sure I have understanding. When you say invite, do you mean an invite to just attend their events for Grad Chapter? I'm being asked if you get invited by Grad Chapter, but you have a full schedule due to school. This person already has their degree, so if you have a degree, a 4-year degree, you can automatically apply for a graduate chapter because you already have a 4-year degree. But that doesn't mean that you can't pursue a second degree. So this person is pursuing, a second degree, but they have a full schedule. My question for you before I provide you with an answer is it an event or is it for intake? And this person said they got a letter. Okay. So, if you have a full schedule and you've been invited to participate in intake and you have a full schedule, I tell people to make sure that you're in contact with your, this glue does not want to come out. Make sure that you're in contact with your vice president, because your vice president or your intake chair, membership chair, they're the person that's responsible for your process. They create your schedules, or the schedule is already created, so they relay that to you. If you have any conflicts with your schedule, that person should be the first person to know about those conflicts, because what they would have to do, not that they have to, but a general practice would be to work with you to see if they can work around your schedule, or see if there's an alternative time that will be approved where you guys can meet. Does it always occur? No. Is it possible? Perhaps. It just depends on the rules and regulations of that organization that you want to join. Some people are more flexible, some are very stringent. So your job as an interest or even a candidate, because at this point, once you've applied and been accepted, you're a candidate. Your job as a candidate is to remain in constant contact with your membership chair so that they know what's going on with you, so that you're not missing and they don't know why you're missing. That information should be relayed to your membership chair. And if they can work it out, they will strive to work it out for you. Can I answer that question? How long does the intake process last? The reason why I can't answer it is because it depends on the organization that you want to join, and sometimes the chapter, because what tends to happen is with timelines, we all have dates and deadlines for when things must be completed, but again, boyfriend, but different circumstances come up for chapters where they may have a timeline, but it may be an abbreviated timeline, it may be an extended timeline. Very rarely is it extended. Like, your deadline is typically your deadline. But again, nobody expected to have a pandemic, so a lot of people's deadlines end up getting extended, which was something nobody imagined would ever occur, because who would have thought there was a disease out there, or whatever you call it, that could literally stop people from being in contact with each other. So things happen. People prepare as best they can, and things still happen. So it just depends. Check out my video, if you haven't already, on spring and fall, pros and cons of spring and fall intake. You get a little more information through those videos. Like, this man is legit cutting wood. I'm so sorry if y'all can hear that. He's legit cutting wood by my window. I cannot. You guys are so welcome. If you have any questions, let me know. We have about 30 minutes more. If a chapter is small and most music members are graduating, does that mean that the next intake class could be bigger? It depends. because you as an interest wouldn't know how many other people are interested in joining that organization. So it could be, or it could be another small number. I don't know what your number usually is on your campus, if they typically have large new member presentations or small ones. But from my experience, and this isn't to knock anyone's organization, this is just me speaking from what I know. Some organizations in certain areas are bigger than others. So if you're aware of that, and I don't know how I'm going to do this while talking to you guys, let me tell you first. If you're aware of that, then yes, there is a possibility that because the new members are leaving, or because the recent members are leaving, you could have a larger number of new members coming in if that chapter is known to have a lot of people. But if not, then probably not. Um, from my experience, excuse me, mainly with smaller chapters that aren't very popular. And I use the word popular loosely because it's just a matter of where you are and people's preferences. Small number chapters can have small number of interests. Large number chapters usually have large number of interests. But you could also have a small chapter that hasn't been active for a while where they've had a lot of people interested, and then have that larger group come in. It just depends on the chapter and the circumstances. Is it best to send an inquiry instead of an interest email to the grad chapter you're interested in? Yes. Be on the lookout for that video. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. An inquiry email is what you send when you're interested in learning more. So if you're just submitting an email to say, hi, my name is so and so, I'm interested in learning, or I've seen you guys on Instagram or whatever, I attended your last event or whatever, and I'm interested in learning more about your future events. That's an inquiry. That just means you want to learn more about the organization, or you want to learn more about the chapter. By all means, send that. An interest letter is what you send as part of the requirement to join an organization. You don't typically send an interest letter if you're inquiring about joining. And the reason why I differentiate the two is because you can call an inquiry an interest letter, but it all depends on what you put in that letter. So if you're inquiring about something, you could be expressing interest, but what if the organization doesn't accept solicitation? You can't put in the email, or you can, but it's not generally recommended, in my opinion, for you to say, hi, my name is Kels, I'd like to express interest in joining your organization. Because if that organization doesn't accept solicitation, they're probably going to ignore that email. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. So if you say instead that you're inquiring about future events, they might be a little more receptive to that. It's just all about how you word it. And I totally just dipped my thumb in my eyeshadow. Wow. Let's see. That video will be coming out within next month, because the month of September is pretty much gone. It'll be next month, next in October, along with Vlogtober. Great, thank you so much. Be on the lookout. It will be in the month of October, I can tell you that. When, it just all depends on when I edit it and get it up. Like I said, I'm filming today, which is why I'm doing my makeup with you guys, but it will be out this month. Next month, sorry. This month is still September. Any other questions while I do my nose? Anyone else have that problem? As soon as they tap their nose or put makeup on their nose runs? Sorry, maybe TMI. I'm so sorry. but it's real. It happens. Trying to think of anything else that comes to. Oh, another video. Since you guys are here, you get the first scoop. Another video that I'm posting. Sorry, I want to clear my nose and not let y'all see that. Another video that I'm posting is related to transfers. I do have a couple of transfer videos out there, but I want to create some more for anyone who has any questions related to being a transfer student and expressing interest. If it's something that I haven't created a video on, please, by all means, inquire about it, because I am getting back into the groove of creating intake videos, like I said. So please let me know. What role do you play? Oh, thanks for asking. What role do you play in the grad chapter of your organization? Right now, I am a general member. I have been, because I joined my organization in 2012. In undergrad, I've been a new member, secretary, vice president, president. I was also a social media chair. Oh, I was epistolius too. Sorry, I was social media. I guess the word would be social media manager. Graduate chapter, I've served as a member, uh, undergraduate chapter advisor, which is for our organization a vice president, as well as social media coordinator. When will my next live chat be? I don't know. I just do them, to be honest, when I'm in the mood. The last live video I did was about a year ago, and I'm so sorry. I wasn't expecting it to be that long. But it's just whenever I'm in the mood. I do offer live videos every month through my intake prep course. If you guys haven't taken a look at that, once this video processes, I will put it in the chat for you guys. But in my intake prep course, I host a live, just basically a live session every month where you can ask me questions, anything that I may not have covered in the prep course. You can ask me and we'll just run through it. It's a place like here where you can ask me anything and I answer the question to the best of my ability for you guys. In the past, I've said to myself that I would have a prep, or not a prep, I would have a live every month, but it just hasn't been feasible for me because I just haven't had time. And with my prep course, that takes a lot of my time, where that's already something that I do once a month. And those are just for my people who are enrolled in my course. So it's not fair for me to do a free live every month when I'm not really requiring, but they're paying for a live through my course. So I have to keep it fair. So these happen once a season. I will probably end up doing it in my mind, because I said it today, I'll probably end up doing it once for fall season, once for spring season, and probably doing it at the beginning of the season for all my people who are interested in intake at the beginning of the season, because that's when it usually occurs. That's my goal. I'll definitely work on those transfer videos. If you can think of a video that I have not already created, please message me. If you guys don't have my email, write it down. It's KelsTells.all@gmail.com. KelsTells.all@gmail.com. Or you can direct message me on Instagram. If you have a long list of questions, I'm just telling you right now, it's best to just email it to me, because Instagram is for like quick responses for me. So if you have like a paragraph, just email it to me. But if you have quick questions, you can put it on my DM. How do you stay connected with D9 orgs to bring the latest and greatest and latest to those interested in grad chapter? Is that a question for me? Me, as in when you say you, do you mean me, KelsTells? I just want to make sure I'm clear. Me, or how do you, the interest, stay connected with D9 organizations? I just want to make sure I'm clear so that I can answer your question correctly. Thanks so much. Me, yes, as in me, KelsTells? Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm clear. How does KelsTells be involved? Let me know. My email is KelsTells.all@gmail.com. Or you can direct message me on Instagram, which is KelsTells. I'm sorry, Kim. I just want to make sure I get clarification before I answer your question. I want to answer it the correct way. So how does KelsTells stay connected? Yes or no? Would it make more sense to enroll in your course before the semester starts or during the semester of intake? I typically tell people when they're interested in joining an organization that they should get started this semester before, in case there's anything that they need to do, like improve their GPA or get their community service hours. So if you want, you can enroll in the course the semester before. Or if you're at the beginning of the semester, say it's August and you know intake may start in September for you, you can enroll in August if you have everything else already taken care of. So if you've already gotten the community service that you need, if you have your GPA up, by all means, do it then. I had a thought and then I lost it. I'm so sorry. Maybe it'll come back to me. Whatever it was related to that. It'll come back to me. I'm sorry. Oh, how does KelsTells stay connected? So I'm an active member in my organization, financial, active. If you're financial, it means that you pay your dues. So I pay my dues every year. So that I can be active, because there's nothing for me like being out of the loop. I like to be in the loop of everything. So if I'm active, what is that on my, is that powder? I don't know. If I'm active, then I'm in the loop. So I pay my dues. I'm also on social media all the time. So that's how I keep up to date with like other organizations. Because I was an undergraduate advisor, I was connected with the undergrads. Well, to be honest, at my alma mater, I'm still well connected with the people who work in Great Life. So when I was an undergraduate advisor, they were my resources if I ever need anything related to my kids. I say kids, but they're not my kids. They're my advisees. Anything related to my advisees, I would go to my resources on my campus to just get updates and things like that. And because I'm still connected with those people, I still get updates on everything. I'm also nosy when it comes to Greek life, so I like to stay up to date on everything going on with other people's organizations because I look on their websites, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm already in my organization, so I don't care. I can go on other people's website. It's free information. So if you look at the free information provided, you learn a lot too. Another thing that I tell people, particularly if you're undergrad, if you have not done this, go to your organizations or go to your office of fraternity and sorority life or student affairs or whatever it is. Go to their website to get more information on your chapter, because on that page they have to legally state if an organization has been involved in hazing and things like that. I talked about this in my sorority membership video. Go to your institution's page to find that link, because you're going to want to know if those organizations have been involved in that for your safety. If it was something that happened many semesters ago, whatever. But it was something that happened recently, you might want to consider it, because hazing is illegal. It will cost you your life. And nobody wants to bury their child. So if you think that hazing is the foolproof way to get you into an organization, it's a foolproof way to get you in the grave too. So bear that into consideration. But that's how I stay up to date. I'm nosy. I read things. I watch videos. That's how I stay up to date. Let's see. I made it on a Reddit thread. Girl, email that to me. I don't know what that is. I've seen other YouTubers, like blog and lifestyle YouTubers, make it onto there, but what they saying about me? Hopefully it's all good things. I hope they ain't saying nothing bad. Let's see. What do I have left to do? And to be honest, y'all, as soon as I get off of this live, I'm probably just going to go back in and see what I missed with doing my makeup. So excuse me if I'm missing some steps. I just want to make sure that y'all are taken care of. I can take care of myself after this video is done. So don't judge me. Again, don't judge me. I'm working on it. This is just while I'm sitting here. Where is my blush brush? That's what I need to know. We'll come back to that. Where is it? Use my kabuki. Any other questions? We're close to wrapping up our time together. So I want to make sure nobody's missed. Of course, again, if you guys have any last minute questions or if you miss me as I'm wrapping up, you can always email me or direct message me. No problem. Let's see. I don't know if I want, which is so funny because they're literally so close. I stay in a close range of lipstick. Very rarely do I step out of the close range, which is so sad. Or do I want to do a brown? Maybe I'll do a brown. Maybe we'll do a brown because I'm not sure if that's going to clash with what I'm trying to do at the moment. How do you sign up for the prep course? Off the top of my head, you can go to any video. It's linked in my video. Or you can go to my website, KelsTells.com/service. Quickest way is to just click on any of my videos and you'll see it in the description box. If you just want to learn about it and then sign up for it, you can go to my website, KelsTells.com/service. Excuse me if I'm making faces as I'm doing this too. I didn't even think about that. Hi, Corey. Hi, friend. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. You know I love you, bro. For those of you who don't know, Corey Jones is my sans. We did a couple of videos back in the day. Need to do some new ones. We were talking about that a while ago. Corey is my sans. Sans being someone who crossed in the same year or same year and semester as you. And they can be in the same organization or a different organization. If y'all didn't know, Corey's a Sigma, but he's still my sans. Oh, Corey, you just warmed my heart. Thank you so much. Yep. There's a kappa on here. Hello, Indy. How are you? I think as far as makeup, I am satisfied. Anything that needs fixing, I will fix off camera. Which, hey, we did a good job. We have like 7 minutes before our live ends. Our time together shall end. Oh, I didn't. Why y'all didn't tell me I didn't spray? Let me get my life. Ooh. Oh, and I didn't highlight. What am I thinking? I'm just so excited to be here with you guys, and I'm just forgetting all my steps. Any last minute questions before we wrap up our time together? We have about, I'll say 10, even though it's like 7. About 10 minutes. Any last minute questions? Anything that I can answer for you guys? Am I missing anybody? Nope. All hearts and minds are clear. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Just knowing that I have a, hey, stop that growling. Sorry, y'all, it's my puppy. Helps me out a lot knowing that people are being updated on my content, the subscribed ones. I don't want you guys to miss any content that I put out, so please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because I don't want you to miss anything that I have to provide you guys with. So make sure you're subscribed. Intake prep course, once this video updates, I will, because it takes a second to process, I'll put the link in the description box for you guys. Oh, one last question, or we have some time. Been interested in joining an organization since undergrad, continue to receive emails from them on a regular basis. I have a grad chapter from another state following me on social media. Awesome. Keep up that interest. If they're emailing you or if they're sending you messages, they want to get to know you, so you do your part to make sure that you're attending events and showing interest. If you don't know how to show interest, check out my videos on the playlist for grad chapter as well as undergrad. How do you get past the fear of making mistakes during the intake process or when showing interest? To error is human. We're going to make mistakes. One of the best ways you can prep is by watching my videos, but even I don't have an answer for everything. So if you fumble, just try again. There have been times where you get denied in life. There will be times when you get denied from a job. There will be a time when you get denied from an organization. 9 times out of 10, if you're denied, it's 1, because you didn't meet the requirement for something, or 2, they want to see how badly you want it. And when that usually happens, that happens because you're missing something. You may be missing something from your application. You could be missing the community service requirement. You could be missing something related to your GPA. If they deny you and it's something related to that, then you know that you have a chance to try again. If you are willing to try again and you put effort into it just like you did the first time, it'll work out. Anything that's meant to happen will happen for you. As far as getting over the fear, you just got to do it. How many other things have you been afraid of in life that you just was like, bump it, I'm just going to do it? You have to have that same mentality with joining an organization. At the end of the day, we're still people. I know we seem like we're above, which I say that word loosely because no one's above anybody, but it seems like something unattainable for some people sometimes when they want to join an organization. We're still people. We're still human. We're going to make mistakes. We're not special. There's only one special person in my religion, one perfect person in my religion. So if you can accept that, just do it. And if it's meant to happen, it will happen for you. And if it doesn't happen the first time, try again. Once you pay intake fees, is it possible that you won't make it through the process? Yes. We do not guarantee that you will get all the way through to the end. And it's just the way it goes sometimes. Some people will pay their dues and then something comes up. I can't really think of a scenario right now, but we say when you apply that this money is non-refundable. And when that occurs, thank you for your contribution to the organization. So you just need to make sure that you're doing everything on your end to not get through that process, to not get through that process. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do to get through all the way to the end. Does your prep course involve a review of social media page? Are you looking at those details as well as, are you looking at those details as well to best prepare applicants? I currently do not look at social media pages. I've thought about it. If you would like for me to add that to a service, give me a thumbs up, because I've been thinking about revamping my services to people who don't want the course package, who just want other things. But I don't currently do it. That is an excellent idea, though. I don't really want to get into the consultation business of intake, because then that seems like I'm pushing people through organizations, and that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to provide insight and advice for people who just don't know what to do. I don't want to start consulting and coaching people, because some people may not genuinely be a good fit for organizations, and I don't want to be responsible for getting that person in. So those are just my thoughts on that. I may or may not add that as a feature, but what I do offer in my prep course is, excuse me, got my puppy. What I do offer is resume or interest letter reviews, and I also offer a mock interview where you'll get 20 to 30 minutes to interview with me, and I'll ask you some questions you would think you would be asked, or even questions you wouldn't think you would be asked, to just get you thinking about it. You're very welcome. Don't let fear get to you. It's something that it's human to fear things, and it's human to make mistakes. So you just got to do it. You just got to try. I don't know if y'all can hear this guy laughing, but I don't know what his deal is today. But we are coming to the end, you guys. We've reached the hour mark. Thank you guys so much for coming on to speak with me today. I hope that this information was helpful. You guys asked some really great questions, really in depth. I really enjoyed it. It made me think on some of them. Thank you guys so much for getting on with me. This video will post I want to say by the end of today, because you know YouTube has to like process the video. So hopefully by the end of today it will update. If not, I will be sure that everything's up tomorrow for those of you who may have missed it, missed the beginning and things like that. Any links that I can think of, I will link in the description box for you. We have one last question. Would you relocate to the other state with that grad chapter or stay where you are? It depends. Some organizations will allow you to view other or express interest in other chapters in your area or outside of your area. Some organizations say that you have to be in proximity of that organization in order to inquire about it. So check with the organization's membership requirements before you do that. If one is showing you attention more than the other, I would just put out an inquiry to see where it goes, because you don't want to make any hasty decisions. But if they are showing you more attention and you feel more comfortable with that chapter, because again, you're doing research on the chapter as well as the organization, then that may be something for you to look into in the future as well. That is all the time that I have for today. I have to start filming. We are at 2:02. If you guys ever have any questions for me, once again, you can direct message me, KelsTells, on my Instagram, or you can email me. My email is kelstells.all@gmail.com. If you haven't liked this video, if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. October is going to be my month to push out content related to intake, because some people are starting it, some people are into it, or in it right now. So just make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss anything from me. Thank you guys so much for your support since I've been in YouTube. It's been years and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not something that I'm going to give up anytime soon. So thank you guys so much for your support and for your questions and all those good things. If you ever need anything, I'm here for you guys. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you guys in my next live Q&A or my next YouTube video that posts. But y'all have a great week, and y'all stay safe out there. Bye. Knocking off.